Ruth here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. All right, so NLE Choppa. NLE Choppa, oh man, he kind of comes and goes, right? Like he came out around the time that in NBA Youngboy came out, and he was really hot, had a couple of hot songs, and it was his career was really promising for a bit. Like he was doing his thing for a bit, and I remember when YoungBoy had a hit, he had a hit. YoungBoy he had a hit. I feel like YoungBoy was always like a little bit over him, but he was really a close second. Then that momentum kind of plateaued. He was being talked about. People was kind of like waiting for something new to happen, and every once in a while he'll come out with a song, may not go into your top 10, but he was doing his thing, here and there. Then he started taking on different just looking at different things like health. He started taking care of his health. He was following was it Dr. Sebi for a while. I think he was following Dr. Sebi, or he took on that persona a little bit, and then he started trying to like put out, I think he had like a BBL cream or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So he was like, you know what I mean? And he does a lot of, he's really a strong advocate of growing your own vegetables and stuff like that. I mean, so I think he's only 23 or something I think he's like 23 years old. So to be 23 years old, there's a lot of positive energy coming around him, but then he also has a lot of like suspect energy, where not suspect meaning suspect, meaning like the slang, like, oh, you suspect, meaning sassy, meaning like he's not consistent, right? So he'll come off one day like, oh yeah, I only eat, like, I'm vegan, I eat plants, and I don't do this, and I respect women, and blah blah blah, and da da da, and I only I want my energy to be like positive energy, blah blah blah. And then there will be a different NLE Choppa where he'll like put out songs like, if I was a bad bee, I, me too. Me too. Y'all know that song. Well, I don't think anyone really knows that song. It wasn't really a hit, but yeah. So it'll be stuff like that. He goes off and on, off and on. But then I give him grace. I say give him grace because he is 23 years old now. So think about it, right? Like he came out when he was what, 16, 17 years old. So I get why he's up and down, up and down. He's probably trying to find himself. And, he was just on this round table with Jonathan Majors, and who was it? Kirk Franklin, Ray J, and a few other like really respectful men. And they were all just talking about, I think Kirk Franklin put it together, and it was a round table about like, their experiences. They were talking about women, they were talking about religion and all these things. And it was really ironic how, and I don't know if this was Kirk Franklin or if this was if this was a purpose, or if it was just a coincidence that, so Jonathan Majors is, Megan Good is Jonathan Majors' husband, and NLE Choppa, he confessed his interest in Megan Good prior to her being married to Jonathan Majors. So, and he's just like, I always had a crush on her. I would love to take her out and stuff like that. So he did reach out to her, and she was so wonderful about it, which I respect her. I love that because that's how I would be. She was just very respectful and was like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you so much, But then like, she was just like, I can't, you know what I mean? I in a relationship. I think she said she was in a relationship or something or the other, but it was whatever she said, it was really nice and respectful. So kick back to him, that happened like some years ago, but it's just so funny how they ended up in that same round table. And like, this is the thing. So NLE they were talking about like, religion, and, God came up, Jesus came up. and they were, and NLE, he's like, hey, yes, I read the Bible, and I believe that you don't have to. Why do you have to go through the Son to get to the main? Why do we have to always go to this person, go to this person to get to the main person? Why can't we just cut through that person and around that person and go to God, right? So he's talking about Jesus. And Jonathan Majors was let him speak, let him talk. He didn't interrupt him. He didn't get mad. He was just like, did you read the Bible? And then Jonathan was, sorry, NLE was like, yes, I did. I read the Bible through and through, back and forth. He's like, I said, read it again. You know what I mean? And then he was like, you could tell that kind of like with NLE, he was just like, what do you mean read it again? I told you I read it back and forth. And he's like, I said, read it again. So, it was one of those things where like, and the way NLE was like, kind of like, Ray J had to leave and smoke a cigarette real quick, because Ray J was just like you got all these men, with all this, all this wisdom and stuff. You know what I mean? Don't you think you could learn from them? Like, it's what do you think about that? You know what I mean? And to now, and NLE's just like, hey, all right, you know what I mean? I'm back to get back into the music scene, because again, he was away from the music scene for a little bit, and he did say that, he took a break, he took a mental break. I think he fasted for a bit. All those wonderful things, that I love. But then he came back with KO. So, and this video is obviously a dig at NBA YoungBoy. I'm just gonna go through some of the lyrics, and I just feel like this. You had so many ways you could come back. He's still very young. He's very talented. I think that NLE Choppa is very talented. I'm concerned who is around him, who is a part of his team, because I just don't understand why they would say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this would make sense. This is the way to go. I don't know, y'all, but let me just play. I'm gonna read it, because we gotta pick apart these lyrics a little bit. So, I was quiet for a minute. Now I'm breaking up the peace. Insomnia. Time to wake you injures out your sleep. I say I'm on them. They in a coma. Time to dome them. Headshot. Gona. Okay. You can smell the aroma. Young boy. What? This the big boy league. I put one up in your gut under the Jesus peace. Last thing that I heard was Jesus please. Had me looking at the devil like, this is your king? Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Okay. You run. You just a pawn on the devil chessboard. You done. I'm trying to step. I know I'm not reading this like a rapper, y'all. Sorry. I'm trying to step some. Okay, I'm trying to step some. Bless some. Wet one. Stretch one. What you can do, I can do better. Okay, so before I read the rest of it, let's just break those lyrics down. Okay. So it sounds like, he's saying, I'm on the side of Almighty. I'm on the side of Jesus. You're on the side of the devil, right? This is your king. The devil is your king. And basically already starting. I mean, he's not leaving any hints at all. He is talking about young boy. Okay. This is the thing, right? Everybody goes through stuff in life, and you cannot honestly say, because unless young boy has said, hey, I am an atheist, I follow the devil, you can't say for sure that that's what it is. Now, you have your opinion on looking at young boy and going, oh, well, these lyrics and things that you're saying, this is not of God. Now that's, yeah, right. Okay. But then he could have said the same thing about you and some of your lyrics, because your lyrics haven't always been holy either, right? So does that mean that you don't believe in God? Or does that mean you have to find your way? So, all right, let's continue on. Okay, R.I.P. y'all all together. All black and some leather. Yeah. And now, mind you, this is on y'all heard it, right? So, like, if y'all didn't hear it, this is he used the beat to Who Shot? Is it Who Shot You? Hit 'Em Up, Hit 'Em Up, Hit 'Em Up. All right, so by Tupac, and he made sure he took on Tupac's persona in a lot of this video. And Tupac, and then Michael Jackson. It was a back and forth, back and forth. Like it very much like his energy, where like sometimes you get positive Choppa and sometimes you get negative Choppa. Sometimes you get like freaky Choppa and sometimes you get like all righteous Choppa. I mean, I don't know. So it's very much back and forth. Very confusing video. So all right, so let's see. I eat bullets and I ish Berettas. Rival with my Chiappa Winchester, okay? Bet your bottom dollar, top shotter, packing heat. Iron Mike, cause Diamato. Diamato, right? Cause Diamato, okay. I'll put a Ija to sleep. We can bring this ish out for all the real Ijas. I mean, it sounds like you ready to like, you know what I'm saying, get the poles out. I don't know. It doesn't sound too peaceful to me. I'm trying to figure out, like, are you bringing peace? Are you, because you're saying that NBA YoungBoy doesn't, with his lyrics, he doesn't, like, you know what I mean? That he's not bringing the peace, right? That he is on the side of the devil. But can you say that with these lyrics? Can you say that you're not? Anyways, okay, so let's see. We can bang this ish out for all the real idges. Well, who's the real idges? Sorry, I was about to say the word. The house and the field idges. I'm Trill, Idja. I rock nation, still Idja. Okay? Cut the head off the snake. Cut the head off the snake when I deal with them. So, okay, so it's on like Scarface, Al Capone, Lucky Luciano, Don Vito Corleone. Okay. And I'll bury all you cockroaches. Where? In your homes. Okay. The catacombs. Now, I'm not saying that he's not lyrically skilled, because I feel like, you know, NLE CHOPPA is talented. I just feel like this is all over the place. I just feel like NBA YoungBoy shouldn't have been your target. I feel like it's coming out of nowhere. Like you was like, hey, oh, NBA YoungBoy is at the top right now. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go attack him so I can get some clout. That's what it's giving. Okay, store the bones. I'ma leave smoking. When the family clear, cry, smoke of tears. It's hunting season. On the wall of weird, huh? Okay, head hunting souvenirs. Knockout, knockout. I don't know. I don't know. Don't step any further. All right, so let's see. This ish got deeper than rap. Can give about the streets. Okay, Yahweh. Let's see. Yahweh sent me to decease him. So I'm the reaper to greet him. Okay. And Dell bombs away. Down go the four. Okay. We gonna fast forward, y'all. Hold on. Let me run with this. There was one part when he said something like, Something about the youth, that NBA YoungBoy does something to the youth. Let me see. There's something. Um. Oh, here it is. Okay, holding on to an image that you ain't really living. Okay, everybody that you rep on, I know who really did it. Can you feel it? The Reaper want to visit. Judgment Day around the corner. The Creator livid. Okay, purposely making decisions to promote more violence. Okay, that's bringing more death unto the innocent children. When I do it, it's different. When he do it, it's ignorant. I'm in love with the art. He tearing people apart. Embrace my light and my dark. Okay. He ain't doing this part. Why he ain't doing this part? Why he ain't doing this part? Okay, so this is the thing. We gonna stop there. Okay. Now, NLE CHOPPA is one thing that we are all guilty of that we do. I probably do it every day I come on this channel, so God forgive me. But there's one important thing that we all do, that we should all try harder not to, and that's judge, right? Judge people. Many of y'all, like, on a couple of videos, like, you know what I mean, commented and said, oh, hey, just wanted to let you know that this is this. And it was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, that I did not know this, and I may have gave my commentary and gave my opinion not knowing like a little part. And that's just human nature. But that's why I love this platform so much, right? Because we all help each other understand, like, you know, a conversation, a bit, and a piece, and we all bring it to up in conversation and share our opinions and our insight and things of that nature. Now the thing is with Choppa, like, see, I love a good back and forth. I love hip hop beef and stuff, and like, I love that. I love the whole Drake and Kendrick, Jay-Z and Nas, Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. I could go on. I love that. I love the back and forth. Joe Budden, Drake, and what's his name from the Clips. I love it, right? I think that that's what hip hop is all about. I love it. I love a good beef, and going back and forth, and like everybody bringing their best lyrical skill. I was really sad that J. Cole didn't entertain that with like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar, but then I understood what, you know, where he was spiritually, and he's just like, nah, that's not me. So I understand that, and I respect J. Cole. Now, NLE CHOPPA. So the thing is that I would have loved for you, if this is how you feel and you wanted to talk your talk, then cool. But I just feel like it's almost giving jealousy, like real jealousy, like, oh, like, you know, almost like you was like, oh, this dude is really here selling out arenas, and we came up together in the game. What about me? You know, in my opinion, I'm just giving my opinion. That's what it was. That's what it's giving off. And this is the thing, right? Everybody tries their best. I'm looking at NBA YoungBoy, and I'm thinking to myself, NBA YoungBoy could be doing so much worse right now. I mean, I'm talking about like within himself. NBA YoungBoy could be going up on that stage high. I mean, tweet every single night, falling off. He could fighting everybody. Everybody knows what type of time he was on before he got locked up, this last time that he got locked up, right? So, and remember his history before, right? NBA YoungBoy has been through some stuff, and he's still, this is what I really like about YoungBoy, he realizes that and he acknowledges it. Look, when he just recently, he was what was it, when he received the key to the city, was that in Atlanta? And he basically told them on stage, I'm working hard at cleaning up my lyrics. So, you know, No one is perfect. It's a day by day by day by day struggle, to be better than you was the day before. But I commend anyone that's at least trying. So I say that, shout out to Young Boy. And now look. He's selling out his tour dates. I mean, easily. And not only that, it's one of the biggest concerts. He's in competition with some of the biggest names out there. Young Boy is really doing good for himself. I'm really proud of him for that. Do I agree with all his lyrics? No, I don't. But NLE Choppa, I don't agree with all your lyrics either. you know? And why kick a man while he's trying to get his way up? Why do that? Why come at him now? You know what I mean? He just got out of jail, kind of. He's still kind of fresh out. So I feel this is just, I don't know, it's just really tacky. And it makes him look desperate and thirsty for attention. You could have put out, NLE Choppa, you are talented. You could have just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to focus on my music. But why aren't there people saying, this ain't it, my guy? This ain't it. Like, how come there's not one person? And I know it's because they're afraid to get fired. I already know the answer to it. But daggone it, when you hear him pushing this out, and you hear it, and he's in the studio, and he's going, Dale, Dale. All right, how's that? How is it? How we doing? Woo! Fire. Fire. Stop it. Stop lying. You know that's not fire. You know it's not fire. Don't he got a girl? Isn't he dating somebody right now? How come his girl is not like, babe, let's really look at it so it's good, right? I love the lyrics, but I don't know how this is going to come across. It's a bit confusing. I don't know. Maybe she didn't feel like that. Maybe she thought it was fire too. I feel like I would tell my man, like, I don't know. It's giving very much, I'm hating on you. It's giving very much, you know what I mean? I'm trying to rekindle the music, the hip hop scene like Kendrick did over Drake with this song, and then do a whole thing and like win everybody over like Kendrick did. But it's not sticking. It's not sticking. I see his vision and where he was going, but just like his energy and where he is at his life, it's very all over the place and just confusing. So I don't know if NLE Choppa will have too many times that he can play in our face. And it's hard for me to get that out because I'm trying to use my words very, you know what I mean? But I feel like, when he came with the whole, you know what I mean, the if I was a bad bee, and he was doing that whole thing where he was really freaking the cameras, and it was giving very much, some people had said under the comments, zesty. And then prior to that, when he had that BBL cream or whatever it was, and he asked people if, hey, where's the ingredients? We need to know what's in it. And he was suspect about giving out the ingredients. You don't need to know what's in the ingredients. So it's just a lot going on with NLE Choppa, and I'm just, even though he is talented and I see his vision sometimes with things, it's just, there's something not, I don't know, it always kind of falls off, oops, it doesn't quite stick. You know what, I'm gonna I'm gonna keep that in there. I'm not even gonna take that out, so y'all can see like that I have horse teeth. Because I think if I had really, I think if I had like really weak teeth, like I would have broke this front tooth or something like that, because that was hard. All right, yeah. So I don't know. I feel like, how many times can he do this? He needs to really think about his material now. From this point on, before he pushes something else out to us, because we're not going to take too much more of this. And young boy, before I close this out, do not respond. Don't respond. YB, please don't respond. You got too much going on. You're really in a good place in your career. No one is checking for this. What Choppa is talking about. Please do not respond. Keep going. Okay, keep going. All right, I'll see y'all later. Put down in the comments what you think. Oh, and thank you so much for the new subscribers. I really love y'all so very, very much. I was screaming when I woke up this morning. I was all extra happy. Thank you. I love y'all. Mwah! Bye.